Good afternoon to everyone at today's public hearing of the Vetting Commission, established under Law Number 65, the year 2023, on the external evaluation of judges and candidates for judges of the Supreme Court of Justice. I'm Scott Bales, the chair of Panel B of the Commission, and I declare this session open. The hearing is being conducted under Law Number 252 of the year 2023 on the external evaluation of judges and prosecutors and amending some normative acts, and under the Commission's rules of organization and functioning as part of the evaluation process. The subject of today's hearing is Judge Spoială. Judge, I apologize if I mispronounced your name. Nu vorbeesc română, but Judge Spoială is a judge on the Central Court of Appeal, formerly the Chișinău Court of Appeal. And Judge, welcome.
Bună ziua, bine v-am găsit.
Hello, thank you.
I'm joined by two other panel members. To my right is Commission Member Willem Brouwer, and to my left is Commission Member Iurie Gațcan. The panel is also assisted by members of its secretariat. Behind you are some representatives of the public or possibly the media, and you may have noticed earlier a photographer who will take pictures just at the beginning. The hearing's being conducted with interpretation between Romanian and English. To allow for accurate interpretation, I ask everyone to speak clearly and slowly. Furthermore, the proceedings are being recorded. The recordings of the public hearings generally will be available online at the Commission's website, www.vettingmd.eu, within 3 days of the hearing. The closed part of the hearing will not be available on the Commission's website, but will be recorded and included in the materials for the evaluation file. During the hearing, one or more members of the Commission may ask you questions. We ask that you answer them truthfully and completely. Your explanations are important to the panel in verifying your financial and ethical integrity. At the end of the hearing, you'll be given an opportunity to make a brief closing statement. In posing questions, we take into account your privacy and the privacy of family members and close persons. We will omit unnecessary details like identification numbers, specific real estate addresses, and so on. For the protection of your privacy, we ask that you do the same. I will start by reviewing the evaluation process for Judge Spoială. The Commission initiated its evaluation on April 11th, 2024 by notifying the judge by email and asking him to complete and return an ethics questionnaire and the declarations required by Law Number 252. The judge returned the completed declarations and questionnaire on April 30th, 2024. As part of evaluating a subject's ethical and financial integrity, the Commission also obtains information from many other sources, such as the National Integrity Authority, the State Fiscal Service, the General Inspectorate of the Border Police, other public institutions, financial institutions, and open sources. The Commission assesses information it obtains for its accuracy, for its relevance and reliability. On August 20th, 2024, the panel asked Judge Spoială to provide additional information by August 29 to clarify certain matters. After the subject requested an extension, he provided answers and documents on September 2nd, 2024. On October 11th, 2024, the panel asked Judge Spoială to provide additional information by October 20th to clarify certain matters. He provided the answers and documents on the requested date. On December 5th, 2024, the panel asked Judge Spoială to provide additional information by December 12th to again clarify certain points. The subject provided answers and documents on December 11th, 2024. On January 24th, 2025, we notified Judge Spoială that the panel had identified some areas of doubts about his compliance with the ethical criteria and invited him to attend today's hearing. On January 26, Judge Spoială sent the Commission a request to access the evaluation materials and also requested that the hearing be held in a partially closed session. The Secretariat provided access to the evaluation materials, and on January 30th, 2025, the Commission notified Judge Spoială that it had accepted his request for a partially closed hearing. Judge, at this time, do you wish to make any corrections or additions to the answers you've provided to the Commission previously?
Nu doresc.
No, thank you.
Are the answers to the ethics questionnaire and the declarations that you returned to us on April 30th, 2024 still accurate as of today?
Da, ele sunt valide.
Yes, they are accurate as of today.
Okay. Members of the panel will now ask some additional questions. We'll try to keep our questions short and to the point, and we ask that your answers be short and to the point as well. We will begin with items that are going to be discussed in public session, and then we will move into closed session to take up other topics. Judge, you will recall that in the notice of hearing, one matter that we asked you about was your involvement in the application of a clerk that worked in your office for admission to a program organized by the National Institute of Justice. We understood from your answers that you had discussed with other members of the admission committee that this was a person that you worked with, and that in light of that, which the other committee members agreed, it didn't constitute a conflict that required your recusal. Is there anything you'd like to add to what you've previously told the Commission about this matter? Is there anything else that you want us to consider?
Da, domnule președinte.
Yes,
mulțumesc.
dear
Vreau să fac
Chairman,
câteva
I'd like to
supleniri.
add
Deci, așa este,
some tidbits of
într-adevăr,
information.
această declarație
Indeed,
a fost,
this declaration,
examinată de către membrii
this application
comisiei.
has been examined
În
by the members of the committee. In the first round, I
nu l-am găsit contacte.
sent
Chestiunea aceasta a fost
information and requests for information actually to all the members of the committee,
au decis că nu este
and
temei
they've
de
all
abținere.
decided that there was no ground for self-recusal.
Practic, așa, neformală, de multe
We
ori
have
sunt
an
anumite
informal
chestiuni,
practice.
se
Many
examinează
times,
în complet. Sunt anumite
when
chestiuni
we have something to examine in a panel, we communicate our doubts and we decide as a panel if the judge should self-recuse,
spunem așa, nu grave, nu serioase,
especially when it comes to violations that are not necessarily
influența asupra
serious,
obiectivității.
that would not influence seriously the objectivity. I'd like to mention that this was a widespread practice. Some
Okay. I'm sorry. Unii membri ai comisiei care au mai
Some
fost
members
membri ai
of the
comisiei
Commission who have been previously members of the Commission, they said that this was a regular practice, and I had reasons to believe them.
în considerație relația
Also, taking into account the relationship between a clerk and a judge, I want to tell you that we also assess them, the clerks, periodically as public servants based on legal provisions.
și în această situație nu constituie
And
un
in this
temei
situation,
de
there
abținere.
was no ground for
De evaluarea
self-recusal,
noastră depinde salariul,
because
de acordarea gradelor,
the salaries, the civil servant status or degree also depends on our assessment.
momente vreau să
And
punctez.
I'd like to clarify two other aspects here.
Stimată comisie, rog să atrageți atenția
Esteemed
la
Commission,
nota
please
persoanei cu
look
aproba
at the written proof, written evidence of the person.
Proba scrisă, știți, este un test grilă.
The written exam,
Nota este
the
dată de soft, factul românește.
degree is given, the mark is given by the software, and the mark back then was a low one,
Șansele
was not the
erau
best one.
practic inexistente
And
de
there
a
were
accede la
little chances for that person to be admitted, regardless
De asemenea, vreau să punctez
of the
că
other mark.
am pus niște note, la alți concurenți am pus și note și mai mari. Am pus
To
note de 10,
other
unul
applicants,
sau doi,
I gave marks of
Și un aspect
10.
vreau să spun că persoana nu a promovat concursul.
But I'd like to say that in those cases, they did not pass that exam, but they passed it the second year, for instance, the following year, when I was not a member of that commission.
Judge, thank you for those additional points. And as you probably noticed from the hearing notice, the NIJ did, in a letter to the commission, confirm that the information about your relationship with the clerk had been communicated to members of the admissions committee, that it had found there was no grounds for the existence of a conflict of interest on your part, and that it was in NIJ's conclusion that there was no need to forward this statement to the council or the NIJ, so that in these circumstances. Do any of the commission members have any other questions related to this matter? If not, then we're going to move into closed session to take up another topic. So I'll ask that the people in the room, other than the interpreters and the videographers, please leave. And when we finish this discussion, we'll come back into open session to allow the judge to make a statement if he wishes and to otherwise conclude the hearing. Judge, I think that concludes our questions in closed session, so we're going to go back into public session at this point. Do either of the panel members have any additional questions? Okay. Judge, before we conclude today's hearing, is there anything you would like to say? You're welcome if you wish to make a brief statement.
Da, stimați membri, mulțumesc.
Indeed, esteemed members, thank you very much.
Desigur, aș solicit respectuos.
I would like to ask respectfully to consider my explanations provided to the Commission
Și solicit respectuos
and to ask respectfully
primirea unei decizii favorabile.
to take a favorable decision.
Deci, totodată vreau
At the same time,
să vă mulțumesc
I would like to thank you.
membrilor comisiei
I'd like to thank to the members of the Commission involved in the vetting process. Please be aware, please know that you have provided a great experience, an unforgettable experience. In fact, you have provided a life lesson to me that I have learned, but you have offered me the chance to take an exam.
am ieșit mai pregătit.
And I have come out of this exam much more prepared.
Eu vreau să vă mulțumesc, să vă urez
Thank you very much, and I wish you lots of luck going forward in this process.
cale și succese și colegilor mei.
And I would like to wish also great of luck to my colleagues, irrespective of everything.
În toată comunicarea
Please know that throughout the communication with the Commission, we did not take vacations, we worked in parallel, and we have put lots of effort in this process. Thank you very much once again.
Well, Judge, that brings us to the end of today's hearing. Thank you for your answers today and the information you've provided to the Commission in response to its previous request. After the hearing, the panel will approve an evaluation report stating its conclusion whether the subject meets the criteria for ethical and financial integrity under law number 252. The panel will strive to complete its evaluation report and announce its conclusion as soon as possible. This hearing is now closed. Good afternoon to everyone.
Da, la revedere, cele bune.